Hello everyone and welcome back to Wondershare FamiSafe, a parental control solution designed for parents to monitor their child's online activities more conveniently. Today we are back with another episode where we'll be talking about the top addictive apps that consume the most screen time among kids and what you can do to reduce it so that they aren't always stuck to their phone screens. To be honest, we all know which apps our children are actively using. Still, to name a few, here are some of the applications that encounter the highest usage among teenagers: Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, TikTok, Snapchat, Twitch, Twitter, and Discord. If you closely take a look at this list, you'll notice that the majority of the addictive mobile applications are social media platforms. That's because teenagers thrive to showcase their lives on social media, and the addiction is pretty surreal. So as a parent, it will be your responsibility to educate your children about the harmful effects of too much screen time and what they can do to stay safe. In this episode, we'll discuss some of the best screen time parental control tactics that you can follow to reduce your kids' screen time. But before we go any further, make sure to subscribe to FamiSafe to never miss out on any parental control tips in the future. How to control the amount of screen time for your kid. So, coming to the real question, what's the best way to control the screen time of a teenager? Well, the process is a bit tricky as you can't always win by showcasing authority over a growing teenager. This is the stage when kids start to become a bit rebellious and tend to do everything opposite as told. So your goal should be to understand your child's situation and then explain why they should not be spending too much time on their phones. And throughout the conversation, it will be crucial to stay calm. Here are some of the additional tactics that will help you explain the concept of too much screen time to your kids. First, explain the dangers. Start out by explaining how dangerous it is to spend too many hours on a phone. Share some real facts and demographics to explain how smartphone usage is currently affecting growing kids. If you have real examples and facts to back up your statements, your children will mostly likely listen to you. Second, lead with example. It's a no-brainer. Your children, even if they have stepped into their teenage years, are most likely to copy your actions in their daily life. So if you're sitting around the couch and scrolling through your Instagram feed for 4 hours straight, you can't expect anything different from your children, right? Third, encourage outdoor activities. Remember your own childhood? I mean, the dopamine hit we used to get after playing outside was pretty surreal. You can introduce your children to the same dopamine and let them experience the fun of outdoor activities. Instead of letting them sit on their phones binge watching YouTube videos, encourage them to participate in outdoor sports. 4. Set screen time hours. Of course, your children aren't going to listen to all your advice, and it's also a possibility that they might show their rebellious nature in some situations. This is when applying a screen time limit will prove to be helpful. Today, all smartphones come with a dedicated screen time feature that you can use to restrict your children's screen time and ensure they don't spend too much time on their phones. Use FamiSafe to limit screen time for your child. Finally, you can use a dedicated parental control application like Wondershare FamiSafe to restrict your kids' screen time and keep an eye on their online activities. Being a full-scale parental control solution, FamiSafe comes with a wide variety of features that will help you safeguard your children from smartphone addiction. For instance, you can use its app blocker feature to block certain applications from your kid's phone. You can also use the built-in screen time feature to set a screen time limit and ensure your child doesn't spend too many hours on his phone. Let me quickly walk you through some of the additional features that FamiSafe brings to the table as parental control app. First, get detailed phone activity reports. FamiSafe generates detailed activity reports to showcase how many hours your kids are spending on their phones. Based on these reports, you can determine what are the most commonly used apps on their phone and what type of websites they are actively browsing. Second, screen time and block applications. As we mentioned earlier, FamiSafe lets parents set screen time limits on their child's phone and even block unnecessary applications remotely. Let's say your kid spends too many hours playing games like PUBG. In these situations, you can either specify a screen time limit or simply block the application to ensure he doesn't waste his time playing this game. Third, monitor social media applications. With Wondershare FamiSafe, you can even monitor the social media usage of your children. In addition to how many hours they spend on social media, you can even check for explicit messages from strangers and ensure your kids don't talk to random people on the internet. FamiSafe will automatically send you alerts as soon as a kid receives an explicit message on any of the social media platforms, be it Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, or Snapchat. So that wraps up our today's episode on some of the most addictive mobile applications among growing teenagers and how you can use a parental control app like FamiSafe to restrict their screen time usage. Keep in mind that as a parent, it's upon you to help your kids understand the smart way of using a phone. Instead of letting them stick to their phone screen for several hours, ask them to be more active and spend time in outdoor activities. So thank you so much for tuning in on today's episode. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to drop a like and comment down below. And if you want to see more videos in the future, subscribe to Wondershare FamiSafe. Thank you so much for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.